हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाखया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपकदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवम् साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्री राधा कृष्ण पदान् सहगण ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधो जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी श्री राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुस्तुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिय। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्ण प्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी निति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभो नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधार श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम राम राम। हरे कृष्ण। Thank you, dear devotees, for joining us in this reading of the Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. We have been discussing about Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's eager desire to go to the land of Sri Vrindavan Dham. And as he got the permission of Ramananda Rai and Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu immediately embarked on this journey of going to Sri Vrindavan Dham that he always wanted, that he always cherished. And in that journey, we see how he transforms the drunkard earlier, and while also in the boat journey, he goes to the house of Raghav Pandit, he goes to the house of Srivas, he meets different personalities. He goes to the house of Madhav Das. We saw the pastime of excusing the offense of Gopal Chapal. We also discussed how that Gopal Chapal eventually becomes Devakinandan Thakur, and what was the offense of Gopal Chapal towards Srivas. So, dear devotees, let us continue from the point where we left. Hearing that the Lord was going to Vrindavan Dham, Narasimhananda Brahmachari mentally contemplated a broad road for him, starting from Kulia. He bedecked the path with jewels, laid a bed of stemless flowers, decorated both sides with bakula trees, lakes with nectarine waters, jeweled bathing places, blossoming lotuses, and chirping birds. Cool breezes carried the flower fragrances. He could not construct this road within his mind beyond Kanai Natashala. So Narasimhananda Brahmachari is one personality, and he, in his mind, Manasik is making a road for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu from Kulia to go to Sri Vrindavan Dham. And as in his mind he is making this road, he is decorating the road with nice flowers, nice trees, lakes, ponds, um, bumblebees, butterflies. He has thought of different things that, oh, Mahaprabhu will go this way. And he's constructing this road mentally. It's not a road that's actually there, but in his mind he has constructed this road. And as he has constructed this road, we find that Narsimananda Brahmachari, after one point, that is place called as Kanai Natashala. After Kanai Natashala, he is not able to meditate. He is not able to make a road. His meditation stops. And as his meditation stops there at Kanai Natashala, he tells the other devotees that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, even though he will go tomorrow, he will leave from this place to go to Vrindavan Dham. He will not cross Kanai Natashala. Through his meditation, he could understand that something is going to happen. महाप्रभु कनाई नाट्यशाला तक जाएंगे, लेकिन उसके तत्पश्चात कुछ तो बाधा आएगी जिसके कारण महाप्रभु जा नहीं पाएंगे. And all this was in his meditation. Mahaprabhu as Paramatma gave him the vision as to what is going to happen. So he could not construct a road within his mind beyond Kanai Natashala. He was astonished and told the devotees that the Lord would go to Kanai Natashala and return and would not go to Vrindavan that time. तो देखिए कितने बार महाप्रभु प्रयास किए हैं वृंदावन जाने का। शुरुआत में जाना चाहते थे, नित्यानंद प्रभु छल किए। फिर मैया सची माता जो है वो नहीं चाहती थी कि आप वृंदावन जाए। फिर अब जो जाना चाहते हैं, घर से निकल पड़े हैं, लेकिन फिर भी कनाई नाट्यशाला तक आते हैं और फिर से चले जाते हैं। द लॉर्ड इज भावग्राही और appreciative of the sentiment of his devotee. Thus, for a pure devotee, it is the same whether he materially constructs a path or does it within his mind. Even the poorest man can equally serve the Lord if he has pure devotion, bhakti, the real ingredient. If there is no ulterior motive, devotional service cannot be interrupted by any material condition. Hmm. Prabhupada writes an interesting point. कई बार यदि व्यक्ति बोलते हैं कि हमारे पास पैसा नहीं है, आई डोंट हैव मनी, हाउ कैन आई सर्व कृष्णा, टू बाय fruits, vegetables, flowers, etc. I don't have money. How can I serve Krishna? So Krishna is very kind. In the Bhagavad Gita, we see he just says Patram Pushpam Phalam Toyam. He doesn't say I need a gold palace, I need a gold throne. He doesn't say all those things. He says four things. And if these four things are offered, Krishna says, I am very happy. Patram, just a leaf. Pushpam, a flower. Phalam, fruit. And Toyam, water. And all of these four things are naturally available. And they're all given by Krishna. Krishna is only providing it and he's saying it, you just give it back to me. It's like, when you go to Ganga or Yamuna, you take the waters of Ganga and Yamuna, offer prayers and give it back to Ganga. We have not done anything. It is Ganga who's giving us that water in our palm and we are chanting some prayers and giving it back to Ganga. उसी प्रकार Krishna is giving Patram. He is giving Pushpam. He is giving Phalam. He is giving Toyam. He is saying, just give it back to me. So even a rich person can offer this, even a poor person can offer, right? Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, he add something interesting. He says, actually, when the Supreme Lord here is saying Toyam, one understanding of Toyam is offering water. And, but Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says, the higher understanding is to offer our tears, which is also Toyam, is to offer our tears to Krishna. That is the ultimate form of Toyam, he says. Patra Pushpa Phalam Toyam, offer our tears to Krishna. That is something that really binds Krishna. But we see, even if someone is poor, they can still do. They can still offer this, which means bhakti is not limited to how much money we have in the bank balance. It is not limited to any of those things. Today is Friendship Day. Every place we find Friendship Day, Friendship Day. All the Instagram and everywhere, it's all like friendship related. So if you just see on this theme of friendship, then there is a personality called Sudama who was very poor. He was very poor, but still he could do devotional service. Krishna was his ultimate friend, and Sudama didn't have any money. He was extremely poor, extremely pauper. There would be days that would go by when he would not honor anything. But still, he could do devotional service to the extent when he came to Dwarka, Krishna personally took his feet and washed his feet and bathed his feet and drank the Charanamrita. And Rukmini was there beside Krishna, and she was helping Krishna to wash the feet of this friend who was apparently very poor, which means Krishna is not behind our money. Krishna just doesn't care whether we are having $10 million in our bank account or whether we are Tantan Gopal. He doesn't care for it. He just sees how much we really want, how much we are ready to sacrifice for him. Sudama walked all the way to meet Krishna, and Krishna was ready to reciprocate to his love. How about Arjuna? Arjuna, even though from the Pandavas, they had the right inheritance to the kingdom, they practically lost everything, and things were always going up topsy turvy in their life. But still, because the Pandavas were dharmic, Krishna stood by them, and he was such a friend for Arjuna who was ready to drive the chariot. All the friendship of this world is meaningless if it doesn't take us towards Krishna. जितने भी हम मित्र बनाते हैं इस जगत में, यदि वो मित्र हमें ठाकुर जी के पास ले नहीं पाते, if they cannot take us towards Krishna, if they cannot introduce us to the path of Krishna consciousness, they are not our real friends. And that personality who introduces us to Krishna, who is helping us remember Krishna constantly, he is our real friend. He is our real friend. Because that personality who doesn't remind us of Krishna, even though he might talk sweet words, but he is still entangling us in this repeated cycle of birth and death. Punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam, punarapi janani jatare shayanam. Again, we have to take birth in another mother's womb. So, is he a good friend? No. He may speak sweet words, but he is not telling us the ultimate truth. छुपा के रखे हैं. यदि हमारे कोई मित्र है और वो कुछ राज जानते हैं और वो राज हमें नहीं बता रहे, then he is not real friend. But real friend is someone who understands that the ultimate hit, the ultimate good that I can do to anyone is to remove them from the cycle of repeated birth and death. That is ultimate friend. This is why in English, we see there is only one word, friend. But in Sanskrit, there are so many parallel words and so many synonymous words, and all mean different. You have mitra, you have sakha, you have bandhu, you have surit, and all सबका अर्थ अलग है. English is called as poor man's language. Why? Because there are so many words in Sanskrit जिसका equivalent English में है ही नहीं. I personally feel this, I don't know how many resonate, लेकिन हिंदी में भगवान के बारे में सुनने का जो मजा है वो अंग्रेजी में नहीं है. हिंदी has its own flavor. When you especially when you speak about Braj Leela, हिंदी का अलग ही flavor है. But English we have to also see time, place, circumstance, kala, desha, patra. But there's so many words. Like in English, we say only friend. He is my friend, he is my friend, she is my friend, etc. But in Sanskrit, mitra, then you have sakha. Sakha means sa khadati iti sakha. That personality with whom you can sit down and eat is sakha. Sa khadati. This is why in Vrindavan we say Krishna's friends, Krishna's sakhas, because Krishna would sit down and eat with all of them. So sakha. Then you have bandhu. Bandhu means a very dear friend. Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu. There it is Sindhu. Dina Bandho. Jagatpate. Dina Bandho. Bandho means friend. Dina Bandhu. He is the Bandhu, who is the friend of those who are Dina. Those who are very poor. भगवान उनके भी मित्र है. What is the example? Sudama. So in Vrindavan, Krishna is a friend, but he's a different type of friend there. But with Sudama also he's a friend, but he's a different type of friend. But he's still a friend. The relation is different. Like for example, in Vrindavan, the friends of Krishna, they may sit down and eat with Krishna, and they may also punch and slap Krishna. But Sudama doesn't have that adhikar. But still, he is Krishna's friend. But he cannot slap and punch Krishna like the friends of Vrindavan do. Then you have Surit. Surit means also friend. Surit is that friend who will not leave you when the whole world leaves you. In this world, oftentimes we find we make friends, and these friends are there only till a certain time. After that, they will leave us. आप आपके रास्ते हम हमारे रास्ते. Till 10th standard they may be our friend, then 11th and 12th if it's a different school, a different college or whatever, then we go our way, they go their way, we make new friends, they make new friends, then 4 years of college, engineering, medical or whatever, again we go our way, they go our way, and all the friends whom we thought are our best friends are no longer in touch with us. That is not friendship. We may put friendship bands and say best friends forever. School में बोले होंगे, But where are those friends now? We don't even talk about them. Mm. So I remember in my school days and all, a friend would say we are best friends. After school also we'll stay in touch. What happened? How many are in touch? The world is such. Maya puts a nice cast of illusion. She thinks, oh, he's going to be your best friend. And now what do we do? To impress that best friend, uh, or to look cool. America, they keep saying, to look cool, to look cool. To look cool in front of your best friends for social validation, we water down our bhakti to impress them. क्योंकि यदि उनके सामने बहुत तीव्रता से भक्ति की है तो वो हमें उनके ग्रुप में नहीं लेंगे. ताकि we have friends and we should also be part of a friend circle, we water down our bhakti to impress those friends. And later, those friends, after our school or whatever, those friends don't mean anything. So we try to impress those friends who really mean nothing in our life, for only a matter of 3 4 years of friendship, and that is also not real friendship. It is only based for our school assignments, projects, all those things. Once that is done, we don't talk. We are not in touch. But Krishna says he's Surid. Surid means that friend who will not leave you when the whole world leaves you. This is why Krishna says Suridam Sarva Bhutanam Nyatva Mam Shanti Mruchati. In the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, I am a friend. But what kind of friend? I am a Surid. I will never leave you. Kshipram Bhavati Dharmatma Shashvat Shantim Nigachati. Kaunteya Pratijanihi Name Bhakta Pranashati. Chapter 9, text 31 of the Bhagavad Gita. Krishna says, my devotee never perishes. Come whatever happen, my devotee will never perish. I will always be there with them. So we want to have friendship with such a friend, not with those friends who leave us. Mm. So for Arjuna, we see we're talking about Sudama. For Arjuna, Krishna was ready to drive a chariot. In this world, we'll find, will any of our friends become our driver? If we have a car, क्या हमारे कोई मित्र हमारे ड्राइवर बनेंगे कि आप हमारे ड्राइवर बन जाइए, हम पीछे बैठेंगे, हम राजा की तरह पीछे बैठेंगे. कोई हमारा मित्र बनेगा? कोई स्कूल का मित्र, कॉलेज का मित्र, ऑफिस का मित्र कोई बनेगा? कोई नहीं बनेगा. People will say, am I your driver? Why you behave like this? Hmm? And even if someone is ready to drive our car, if they are ready to drive us somewhere, if we sit behind and if they're sitting ahead and driving, and यदि हम पीछे बैठ गए, people get offended. Am I your driver? People say. But if you sit ahead, then they're okay. So no one likes the tag of a driver. है ना? यदि हम उबर या वो सब गाड़ी करे, ओला इत्यादि, so what do? We sit behind. And that time the driver drives because that is his profession. But does our friend do it for us? No. A friend will never do. Why? Because it's not considered a very sophisticated thing. But look at Krishna. He is the owner of all the three worlds. He has everything. Will Mukesh Ambani become our driver? Will he ever become our driver? No. Krishna is more opulent and more aristocratic than all these billionaires. He is Vaikuntapati. He is Lakshmi Nath. Can we imagine? He is the husband of the goddess of Lakshmi. The Lakshmi, the money that people hanker for, he is the husband, he's the consort. So how much wealth will he have? And that personality who owns everything, because of whom the planets are moving, because of whom the sun is rising, because of whom the moon is rising, because of whom there is rainfall, because of whom the demigods are functioning properly, because of whom the the flowers are blossoming, because of whom the trees are there, because of whom the fruits are appearing. That personality who's the cause of all causes, who's the source of all sources, who's the creator of all creators, who's the origin of all origins. He is ready. to become a driver for Arjuna. This is friendship. This is friendship. Let us take this as the benchmark of friendship, not the friendship that we see in this world. In this world, the friendship that we call friendship is not friendship. It is it is just use and throw. Because we want something from this person, and because my project and his project also is same, or my assignment, his assignment is same. Oh, we both are friends. But the moment life takes a little turn, these friends don't mean anything. And for those who are probably working or maybe are in your college or whatever, you may have experienced it. And those maybe who are in your school, you're still on the path of experiencing it. But everyone experiences it. It will happen. It will never be the case that those who are our friends in fifth and sixth grade, आज भी चल के मित्र है. बिल्कुल नहीं. Life takes a U-turn and everyone just drifts away because priorities take a higher position. But for Krishna, his devotees are everything. Not just Sudama, not just Arjun, but Rupa Goswami. Very beautifully, he describes these friends of Krishna and Vrindavan in a book called as Radha Krishna Ganodesha Deepika. Srila Rupa Goswami explains that Krishna in Vrindavan has four different types of friends. Four different types of friends. So in this world, they say Happy Friendship Day. But what after that? Everyone has only one friend. Good friend, best friend, or whatever. But in Vrindavan, for Krishna, even that friends have variety, gradation. Four different types of friends Krishna has. First, Rupa Goswami says, are the Surit Sakhas. Surit Sakha. We spoke about Surit earlier. So the first type of friends that Krishna has in Braj are the Surit Sakhas. These Sakhas, when the demons would come to Vrindavan, so Mother Yashoda would be very afraid. Somehow or the other, every time these demons are only coming and catching my son. There are so many people around, but these demons are only coming and catching my son. मेरे बेटे ने क्या बिगाड़ा? So Mother Yashoda and Nanda Baba, they appointed some friends of Krishna who are older in age to protect Krishna. So Surit Sakhas are those friends of Krishna who are older to Krishna in age, and their responsibility as assigned by Nanda and Yashoda to protect Krishna. Does Krishna need protection? No. But still, he is ready to take protection from his friends. And his friends are also convinced that yes, he says, we are older to Krishna in age, we have to only protect. हम यदि रक्षा नहीं करेंगे तो बेचारे लाला का रक्षा कौन करेगा? So they have that much love, that much affection. So the first are the Surit Sakhas. The second are called Sakhas. Sakhas are those friends of Krishna who are younger to Krishna in age. Hmm. So one prominent friend of Krishna who is younger to Krishna in age, his name is Vishal Sakha. His name is Vishal. Prabhupada named one of his disciples as Vishal Das. Vishal is one friend of Krishna who's younger to Krishna in age. Actually, that Vishal Prabhu, Prabhupada disciple, was very beautifully one time saying that in 1976, Vishal Prabhu was living in Vrindavan Dham. And it was about 3 to 5 months he was living in Vrindavan. So Prabhupada came to him and Prabhupada said, so are you living in Vrindavan? And Vishal Prabhu was scared because he didn't know what to say. He thought Prabhupada will chastise him that why are you living in Vrindavan? You should go out and preach. I also left Vrindavan to preach. So he was बेचारे कांप रहे थे. तो डर के मारे प्रभुपाद को बोले yes Prabhupada I am now living in Vrindavan. So Prabhupada said how do you feel? So he said in a very soft voice he said Prabhupada I'm loving it. I'm really loving here to live in Vrindavan. So Prabhupada when Prabhupada heard that Prabhupada was walking with a stick. Prabhupada paused and with a stick, he just moved the stick around. He waved the stick and said, if you love Vrindavan, it's yours. It's yours. It was almost like Sri Guru gifting Vrindavan to his disciple. It's yours. आपको वृंदावन पसंद है ठीक है आज से ही आपका. So Vishal Prabhu was saying that as to how Prabhupada very mercifully gave Vrindavan. So that's the second category of the friends of Krishna, Sakhas. The third category of the friends of Krishna, Srila Rupa Goswami explains, are the Priya Sakhas. The Priya Sakhas are that friends of Krishna who are the same age as that of Krishna. And they participate in many pranks and masti that Krishna does. It's the Priya Sakhas who participate most of the time. Hmm. Madhumangal is one friend who's in Priya Sakha category. And then finally, you have the fourth category who are the Priya Narma Sakhas. Priya Narma Sakhas are that friend of Krishna or that set of friends of Krishna who are very, very dear to Krishna to the extent that they are there in Sakhiras, while at the same time they have some access to even Madhuri Ras. Normally, the friends don't have access to Madhurya. Even Vatsalya Ras, those who are there, Nanda and Yashoda, don't have access to Madhurya. But these friends of Krishna, who are very selective, Priya Narma Sakhas, have even little access to Madhuri Ras. And the leader of the Priya Narma Sakhas is Subal Sakha. Subal Sakha is the leader of this whole group. And that Subal Sakha in Gaur Leela comes as Gauridas Pandit. We would have heard the name Gauridas Pandit. So Gauridas Pandit is Subal Sakha, and Gauridas Pandit's disciple is Hriday Chaitanya, and Hriday Chaitanya's disciple is Shyamananda Pandit. So Shyamananda Pandit we would have heard, Shyamanand Prabhu. तो श्यामानंद पंडित के जो गुरु महाराज है वो हृदय चैतन्य, और हृदय चैतन्य के जो गुरु महाराज है वो है गौरीदास पंडित, और वही गौरीदास पंडित कृष्ण लीला में है सुबल सखा, जो भगवान के बहुत ही निजी निकट पार्षद है. He is the Priya Narama Sakha who leads that group. And practically he is, of all the Sakhas, he is like at the top, the Subal Sakha. So in this way, Rupa Goswami, even for friends, even for friendship, we see how much detail he is giving. In the material world, friend, that's it. That's it. There is no gradation, there is nothing. और कोई detail है ही नहीं. But in the spiritual world, even for friends, there is so much detail. So much Rupa Goswami has given. That itself, a normal person, when he reads and hears this, that itself will convince a person that if someone is writing with so much detail, Krishna has to exist. The spiritual world has to exist. How will someone write with so much detail if such things are not a reality? It has to exist. That's why the person is seeing and writing it. Otherwise, he could have just said Bhagavan ki mitra. But he doesn't say that. He said there are four different types. These are the names, these are the activities, these are the things they do. So much he speaks about them. So Krishna is our ultimate friend. And he is that friend who doesn't consider whether we are rich or poor. Narasimhananda Brahmachari here, he didn't have the financial ability to make a road, but in his mind he made a road for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to go to Vrindavan. And there he saw, oh, after Kanai Natashala, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will not be able to proceed, but he will come back again. And that's exactly what happens. So Prabhupada there he writes that whoever we are, if we are sincere, even if we are poor, but if we are sincere, Mahaprabhu and Krishna will accept because he will see us as his friend. Sincerely, if it is offered, the Supreme Lord is Bandhu, Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate. He is the Surad, he is Sakha, he is Mitra, he is everything. Based on the mood that we cultivate, Supreme Lord will reciprocate. So that was about friendship. Happy Friendship Day. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu here is starting from Kuliagram towards Vrindavan. Thousands of devotees followed him. Wherever his lotus feet touched the ground, people collected the dirt. Thus, many holes were created in the road. He eventually arrived at Ramakeli Gram. Unlimited people came to see him. When the Muslim king of Bengal heard Lord Chaitanya, when the Muslim king of Bengal heard people came to see him, when the Muslim king of Bengal heard of Lord Chaitanya's influence in attracting innumerable people, he was astonished and said, such a person who is followed by so many people without payment must be a prophet. He ordered the magistrate, do not disturb this Hindu prophet. Let him do his own will wherever he likes. The Muslim king inquired about Lord Chaitanya from his assistant, Keshava Chhatri, who tried to minimize the Lord's activities, saying he was a traveling mendicant whom only a few people had come to see. So the minister was trying to downgrade Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Keshav Chhatri then sent a Brahmana to see the Lord, requesting him to leave. The king then privately inquired from his minister, Dabir Khas. Who is Dabir Khas? Srila Rup Goswami. The king then privately inquired from his minister, Dabir Khas, who said, the Supreme Lord who gave you this kingdom and whom you now accept as a prophet has appeared in your country due to your good fortune. Better question your own mind instead of asking me. The king replied, I consider Lord Chaitanya to be the Supreme Lord. So who is this king here? Nawab Hussain Shah. And the minister working under him is Srila Rup Goswami, Dabir Khas. The two brothers, Dabir Khas and Sakar Malik. Sakar Malik is Sanatan Goswami. The two brothers, Dabir Khas and Sakar Malik, then went to see Lord Chaitanya incognito in the dead of the night. In great humility, they both took straw between their teeth, fell like rods before the Lord, and humbly said, all glories to Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the most merciful savior of all fallen souls. Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratvishe Namah. The Supreme Lord is the most kind-hearted and the most magnanimous. Our associates and employment are also of the lowest type. We belong to the lowest class of men. No one is more sinful and offensive than us. We are ashamed even to mention our sins, what to speak of giving them up. Who is saying? Rup Goswami. रूप गोस्वामी बोल रहे हमें घिन आती है यदि हमारे जितने भी पाप हम किए हैं इसकी गणना करने बैठे तो हमें घिन आती है वी फील ashamed to count our sins. That is Rup Goswami's humility. Even Kaviraj Goswami says, जगाई मदाय होईते मुई से पापिष्ट पूरी शेरा कीट लागी मुई से लागिष्ट जे मोरा नाम सुने तार पुण्य क्षय तार पाप होय. Kaviraj Goswami says that even Jagai and Madai are superior to me. Jagai Madai hoite mui se papishta. Puri shera kita lagi mui se lagishta. And even Jagai and Madai, who are the biggest drunkards, biggest gangsters, even they are better than me. Kaviraj Goswami says. Jay Mora Naam Shune Tara Punyakshay. That anyone who hears my name will lose all piety. जितने भी अच्छे कार्य किए हैं सब नष्ट हो जाएंगे यदि कोई मेरा नाम सुने. किनका नाम? कविराज गोस्वामी का. नम्र भाव देखिए. जो व्यक्ति चैतन्य चरितामृत की रचना किए है वो व्यक्ति बोलते हैं कि यदि कोई मेरा नाम सुने तो वो व्यक्ति पूरी तरीके से जितना भी पुण्य कार्य किया है उस व्यक्ति के पुण्य कार्य पूरी तरीके से नष्ट हो जाते हैं. तारा पाप होय, he will be drenched with pap. There will be a rain shower of pap in his life by hearing just the name of Kaviraj Goswami. How much humility! How much humility! Rupa Goswami is having that same mood that we are ashamed to even mention our sins. No one is more sinful than us. You have incarnated to deliver the fallen souls, and there is no one as fallen as us. We are more fallen than Jagai and Madai, who were who were of Brahmana caste, who resided in Navadvip Dham, who never served low class persons, and who were never instruments to abominable activities. Their only fault was addiction to sin. However, volumes of sin can be burned to ashes simply by the dim reflection of the chanting of your names. Namabhas, Hare Krishna Mahamantra. They uttered your name by way of blaspheming you and were delivered. Just like Ajamil chanted the name of the Lord Narayan as Namabhas. He didn't want to call out to the Supreme Lord. He called out to his son. But Bhagavan phir bhi aa gaye. So that was Namabhas. We are millions of times more degraded, fallen, and sinful than them. What humility! What humility! They are not just stopping by saying we are fallen, but barambar यही बोल रहे हैं. trying to convince Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. They're giving praman as to why they're low. They're saying Jagai and Mother didn't work for fallen people. But look at both of us. We are working for Nawab Hussain Shah. We are working for low class people. They didn't work like that. So, which means they're better than us. Rupa Goswami, when he comes to meet Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Mahaprabhu is there with Vallabha Bhatt, that time Rupa Goswami says, Asprisya Pamara Mui Nach Hui Amore. He says, Asprisya, I'm untouchable. Pamar, I'm low class. Nach Hui Amore. वल्लभ भट्ट प्लीज डोंट टच मी आप कृपया करके मुझे मत छुइए क्यों क्योंकि मैं अस्पृश्य हूँ आई एम अनटचेबल और मैं पामर हूँ आई एम वेरी लो क्लास it's not just one time Rupa Goswami is saying it. He is saying it multiple times. Kaviraj Goswami is saying it multiple times. That we are very fallen, we are very patit. And my dear Lord, you are patit pavan. You have come to protect us. Please rescue us. In this world, people are happy when their name is taken. If our name is taken, we are very happy. अरे मेरा नाम ले रहे हैं. But for Kaviraj Goswami and Rupa Goswami is the opposite. They feel if their name is taken, then that person will lose all piety. He will just be filled with pap. Even Goswami Tulsidas says the same thing in Ramcharitmanas that if people hear my name, then they will just be infused with pap all their life. How much sincerity, how much genuine humility. It's not faking humility. They are genuinely sincere. We are from the caste of meat eaters, Mlecha Jati, servants of meat eaters, Mlecha Sevi, do activities like those of the meat eaters, Kari Mlecha Karma, and associate with them and thus are inimical towards the cows and the Brahmanas. Please deliver us as your Patita Pavan. No one within the three worlds is sufficiently powerful to deliver us. If you are not merciful upon us, then it will be very difficult to find more suitable candidates for your mercy. If you simply deliver us, certainly your name as Patita Pavan will be known in all the three worlds. So in this way, we find at how 2 points are explained as to how the Supreme Lord is the friend for everyone through the pastime of Narsimananda Brahmachari. And we saw different friends of Krishna like Sudama, Arjuna, and how Krishna also reciprocates to them with his friendship. And in Vrindavan, we saw four different types of friends of Krishna in the form of Surat Sakha, Sakha, Priya Sakha, and Priyanarma Sakha. And then Chaitanya Charitamrita follows with this discussion of how Rupa and Sanatan are considering themselves more fallen than Jagai and Madai in utter humility. And so is Kaviraj Goswami, who is the author of the Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. Having said this, dear devotees, we very humbly want to stop here with this mood that our real friend is Krishna. All friendship of this world is meaningless if they don't take us towards Krishna. Our goal is Radha and Krishna. That personality who takes us towards Radha and Krishna is our friend. And that personality who takes us away from Radha and Krishna is not our friend. Is not our friend. So we have to change the definition of friendship. Those who take us towards Krishna is our friend. Those who do not take us towards Krishna, sadly, they are not our friends. They are not our friends because they are again pushing us into another mother's womb, which will in turn become punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam, again birth and again death. So, having said this, this is food for thought, food for soul, as to what the actual definition of friendship is. Thank you all very much. Hare Krishna. Gaura Premanande. Hari Hari.